Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, the Ruel, and peace and citations to the elect of the true nation of Israel, Yasharallah. Quick lesson on the topic of smoking. All right, smoking, anything, lighting up a cigarette, lighting up a blunt, lighting up a bong, a pipe, smoking anything, man. We all know what smoking is, all right? And if it's a sin or not, okay? All right? And I'm going to tell you beforehand, before I bring out the scriptures, that smoking, all right, is a sin. It's a transgression, okay? So I'm going to bring out some scriptures proving that smoking is a sin, okay? You defile your temple, which you're the temple, man. You're the new temple, okay? All right, in these last days, the temple of the Lord, the third temple is us men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right? Because the scriptures say, the kingdom of heaven is in you, all right, within you, okay? So we're the first starting point, all right, the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. It's us men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, preaching the truth of the Bible, okay? Heralding in Yahweh Shai's return, all right? In the kingdom of heaven, all right? It starts with us preaching it, prophesying about it. And prophecy means speak before it happens, okay? And that's what we're doing. The Lord gave us the spirit of prophecy as He was in the spirit of prophecy, all right? He blessed us with the spirit of prophecy and the gift of prophecy, and we're doing exactly what He's doing, what He told us to do. Prophesy, man. Okay. So, amen. Smoking is a sin indeed. All right. This is Genesis 1:29. It says, "And Yahweh said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." Okay? So every herb, plant, fruit, vegetable on this earth that the Lord has created, all right, is made to be for meat. All right? Let's get that word meat. H402 Akla. Okay.
Strong's H402. Ochla. Ochla.
Okla. All right. All right. Okla. All right. All right. Food. All right. For food. Consume. Devour. Eat food. All right. For eating. It didn't say smoking. Devouring. Consuming. All right. So yeah, man. That's what you do with any herb, any vegetable, any fruit. All right. You eat it. You ingest it. Okay. You put it in your mouth and you devour it. You swallow. You chew. You swallow. You drink. Okay. And this even goes for your beloved weed. All right. Brothers say, it's lawful if you want to do edibles or drink, weed, all right, as a tea, which I've done before, all right. All right, and really, I don't need it. It's helpful sometimes, but I don't need it. But really, for the most part, we don't need it, Akim. Yes, there's a lot of benefits to it. There's also a lot of side, there's quite a bit of side effects, drawbacks, That goes for most, not most, but some herbs. Some herbs, there's some side effects, All right, but we definitely shouldn't be smoking it, rolling it up in a joint or a blunt, or packing it in a pipe or a bong and smoking it, lighting it up with a lighter. All right, that's iniquity. Okay, because you're not using it as food. You're not devouring it. You're smoking it. All right, which is the ways of the heathen. That goes back to when the Persians and Elam, all right, were in rulership, and we used to be their slaves. And what did they used to do? All right, they used to use the herb and smoke. All right, that's where we get thug culture. They were one of the first thugs. All right, Elam, the East Indians, when they were in power. All right, in the Persian Mede Empire. Okay, I believe. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Do your research on the history of thugs. All right, and smoking weed. All right, and the Shiva Jatas, which is the dreads. When Jake be rocking dreads. All right, and the Jamaicans, the Rastafarianism. What is Rastafarianism? What's the where does that come from? It comes from Eastern religion, specifically the East Indians. All right, which they used to smoke weed, and they still do it back. They still do it over there in the Middle East, in India, Salakia. All right, they smoke weed, do in festivals and whatnot, and pray to their gods. All right, and the cattle and whatnot. They worship cattle above men. All right. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 3:17. If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. You are. Okay? So the third temple that the Lord is building in these days is us, men of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And we are not supposed to defile this temple. Okay? Let's get that word defile. G53.
Strong's G 5351. Thyro. Thyro.
Thyro. All right, thyro. All right. It says to pine or waste, to shrivel or wither, spoil by any process, to ruin. Okay. Right, to deprave. All right. Corrupt, defile, destroy. All right. To be destroyed, to perish. Right, to corrupt and deprave. All right. So we're not supposed to deprave, corrupt, destroy, pine. All right, pine away, waste. Okay. Away the temple of the Lord, which we are. So we're supposed to be eating healthy, being healthy as possible, man. All right. All right. So I looked up on Google the signs of a heavy smoker, and tell me that this isn't pining away, wasting away, depriving your skin, your body. All right, destroying your body. All right. Yes, alcohol does do a similar effect. Okay, but the Lord gave us alcohol, all right, for the heart of man, for the gladness of man, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so, hey, the Lord doesn't want us to be smoking, but, hey, he gave us alcohol, all right, to enjoy ourselves. All right, but the scriptures say to drink in moderation, to do things anything in moderation. All right, the scriptures say all things are lawful unto me, but not all things are expedient. All right, wise to do. That's what that means. So, hey, if you want to drink alcohol, do it. All right, moderately. Don't be doing it every day, every day, all weekend. I drink on the weekends. I had me 3 beers. Was last night. No, not last night. And he said, I think it was a couple days ago. Yeah. Not last night, Slakia. I was not drinking last night. It was the Shabbat. The new moon Shabbat. But yeah, man. Yeah, if you want to drink, the Lord gave us alcohol, man. Wine. All right. If you want to drink beer, tequila, or whatever, hey, you can drink that too, but drink it in moderation, man. All right. Don't be drinking it all the time, because you're a drunkard. You become a drunkard, and you're not going to enter into the kingdom, man. The Lord ain't going to redeem you. You're going to be wicked, and the Lord's going to spew you out of this truth. All right. So slow down on the drinking. All right. But we definitely shouldn't be smoking. All right. Because it is basically every time you light up a cigarette, a blunt, a joint, or a bong, or smoke anything, inhale smoke, you're literally sinning. But when you crack open a cold one, or sip some wine, or take a shot of tequila, all right, that's not a sin. But if you do it too much, that's when it becomes a sin. All right, see the difference? All right, one is lawful, one is okay to do, one is not okay. One is okay to do, but if you do it too much, if you're out of control, if you're not controlling it, then it's a sin. One, if you do it at all, it's a sin. Do you understand, Christians? All right, Yasharala, brothers, sisters in this truth, just coming into this truth, who are learning about this topic. All right, we're not supposed to be smoking at all, because any type of smoking, intentional smoking, is sin. Yes, it's a different story if it's secondhand smoke. Somebody blows smoke in your face and you accidentally inhale it, or somebody lights an incense, all right, and smoke gets in your nose. That's not sin. But you literally putting the cigarette to your mouth, or a joint or a blunt to your mouth, and you inhaling it and breathing it out, that's sin. All right. So I typed in the signs of heavy smokers, and look at the difference. You see the liveliness in this woman, and then she became a smoker. Now look at her wrinkles. Her skin is shriveled up, more leathery. Look at this woman. All these spots, blemishes, wrinkles. She looks older. Her body is pining away. Look at this woman's lips. All right, dry. Become leather. Messes up your teeth. I've messed up teeth because I used to be a heavy smoker, man. Look at this man. All right, his face is became stressed out. It's pining away. These people are aging, okay, because of smoke. So the Lord told us not to be smoking. It doesn't say, thou shalt not smoke. You're not going to find that in the Bible. All right. So this woman, she got old. She aged. Or she's pining away. She's wasting away. All right. And these are the ways of the heathen, man. All right. It's not Esau. is not Esau's name, Esau, and does it not mean wasted away is he. These are the ways of the devil, man. All right. And when you take part in this, you're wasting away, man. All right. So yeah, man, you know, you're destroying yourself. You know, look at this person. Look at this lively, young, beautiful, and then she smoked. She started smoking. You know, now she looks older, man. You know, she's more stressed. You know, circles around her eyes. You know. So yeah, man. You know, you're defiling your temple, your body. All right. By smoking. Smoking literally defiles you. It wastes away. All right. So smoking fits this definition. Defile. Smoking literally fits the definition of defile. Even if it's weed, it does the same thing, man. All right. Okay. Smoking anything, you know, fits the description of defiling your body. All right. It's not good for you. If you want the benefits of weed, put it in a tea, make it edible. All right. If you need it, man. And try to stay away from the THC, man. All right. You know, the rest, the CBD, the cannabinoids and whatnot, you know, and that's what's actually good for you. All right. It relaxes you. It helps your nervous system, you know, your immune system too. All right. That THC, high amounts of THC, messes up with your mind. It makes you paranoid. It opens up demons too, man. All right, because it's a really low level hallucinogenic. All right, you know, do your research on that. What hallucinogens are. All right, it makes you literally hallucinate. You know, if your tolerance is really low, you know. All right, and if you take high amounts of THC and your tolerance is really low, you're gonna hallucinate. You're gonna see things that aren't there, you know. That's if you're like a weak, you know, like, you know, a weakling when it comes to getting high off THC, you know. So, for instance, myself, if I take high amounts of THC right now, even if it's inedible, I'm gonna start doing low level hallucinations, hearing, seeing things that aren't there, thinking about things that I really shouldn't be thinking about, being paranoid, doing things, you know. Cause hey, you know, one time I took an edible, you know, on the weekend. This was years ago, man. I took an edible, you know, and I didn't want to go to work. I literally called off work because I was just so paranoid on what people thought about me. And then a week later, I'm like, what the fuck, man? You know, who gives a shit? You know, like for real, man. So, you know, for like THC, we don't need to be taking that, man. Smoking weed, that's a sin. All right. Smoking anything, it's iniquity, man. It's sin. All right. The Lord gave us the herbs of the earth for meat to eat. All right. I hope this was edifying to thee. Like.